look, he says, they replied, let us start building. Let us start rebuilding. But what I like about it is he goes on to say, so they began this good work. My brothers and my sisters, I get happy joy when I think about this good work. When I think about the lives that will be changed here in Tyler, Texas. When I begin to think about the areas that this church will be able to touch and how we will as a church be able to touch lives of families and of young people in a unique way. How if we build as a church family, and I'm not talking about brick and mortar, my brothers and sisters, understand that stuff will dissolve and it will come in time, but when we build up the walls of relationships, when we build up the walls of commitments, when we learn about one another as we learn about Christ, when we do the work of ministry, this is a mighty good work. All my brothers and my sisters, and when I think about it, I discover that it's going to take more than saying, let's build. But it's going to take us beginning the work together. My friends, I've come to share with you that this time next year, this church will be in a unique place. We very well may not be meeting here in this facility, but we'll still be the church. Your family is a unique organism, my friends, and as God has put your family together this time next year, it may have changed dramatically. God may have added, God may have taken away, God may have moved you, God may have taken you up, he may have taken you down, but rest assured, you won't be the same. But can I tell you something? Can I tell you something this morning? Wherever God takes you, make sure that you stay with him. Allow your yays to be yays. Allow your nays to be nays. And stay with God. Don't just say it, but live like it. My brothers and my sisters, my great joy and my great burden at the same time is for this church to be able to fulfill the vision. The vision that once we are able to materialize as a group and grow as a body and continue to change lives, that we will never be complacent, but we will always look for another work that needs to be done. Because, my friends, this work is a good work. I believe that as Nehemiah is here saying we will build with success, he's saying that not only will we build this wall, but together we can do more together than we can by ourselves. My friends, I discovered that we take religion and this work sometimes too lightly. And as I close, my friends, I've discovered that there are places in this world that we live in that are not able to come together like you and I. We're able to get up Sunday morning, get dressed, have our Bibles in our hand, and come into buildings that have crosses. But there are places in this world still today where people got to get together under the darkness and cover of night. For over in Russia a few years ago, my friends, there is a story about a group of people that came together to worship. And the only way they could come together is they would have to get together early in the morning. And they would get together before the sun came up, for fear that the KGB would come in and would kill those that said they believed in God. But one Sunday morning, sure enough, as the worshipers came in and began their worship experience, some of the soldiers came in with guns drawn, and they began to look around the room, and they began to say, if you love God, I'm going to take your life. But if you will denounce your relationship, you can leave the door and never look back. And one by one, men and women began to sneak out of the door while the guns were still drawn. And when it appeared that no one else would get up, one of the soldiers said, I'll give you 30 more seconds to leave if you want to denounce your relationship with the Lord. But if you want to stay this morning, I advise you to lift your so that when I shoot you, you will say that I died as one of his children. And one by one, men and women that were still in the church house, they began to lift their hands and they began to look around and say, for God I live, and for God I will die. And the soldiers, they put their guns down and they said, you got the right position because your hands are lifted up. Do y'all hear me now? Because when you come to God's house, you got to be willing to give them all that you got. Do I have any witnesses that can say, I lift my hands because he died for me, and if he died, I'll give him praise. The soldier said the same thing. I'll say to you, when you come into this place, you got to say, I will lift my hands. Yes, because he's worthy to be praised. Are there any witnesses here that can say, in this life, I'm not going to throw